Hello, I'm Karen, and along with my husband Phil, we've been together for 32 years, married for 31, and we've done a lot of travel. We've travelled as a family, we've travelled as a couple, we've learnt lots of lessons along the way. Over the last couple of years, we've really focused on being intentional about the way we travel, and as a result of that, lots and lots of research on my part's come in. I've watched lots of videos, I've learnt lots, and today I want to share with you a product that's come out of all of that research and all of that experiences that we've had, and my heart to see other couples use travel as a resource for building their relationships. Over the years, we've really learnt and we've really focused on the fact that travel isn't just about where you go on those must-see sites, but it's who you go with and how you use travel to grow together and bring the best out of each other. This journal was created by that very idea. I want this journal that I'm about to share with you to become part of your Doing Life Together toolkit. As I said, over the years I've done lots of research. I've even got quite a stack of travel journals that I've bought to find methods. I've been working on trying to find ways to help couples when I had my travel agency, and then as I've moved into Sapphire Blue, changing its focus to be more helpful. But over those years I couldn't find a journal that quite ticked the boxes that I was looking for. And there was bits and pieces that I would take out of people's recommendations. And this journal is a culmination of all that research. It is my hope and prayer that this journal is used as a resource for them to do more than just holiday, to grow closer together, share new experiences, create lasting memories that you will reflect on for years to come, and keep learning how to do life well together. It's built from the lessons I've learned, not just from research, but real life. Often in travel there are moments where you need to practice conflict resolution. There are shared romantic moments, there are laughs, there are times where you need to compromise with each other. All of that helps build lasting deep memories and just a foundation to do life better. Let's talk about what's inside this journal. As I said, it's not just a journal. So we start off with a section that looks at my 7 steps to planning an itinerary. This is something that, again, I've learned over the years from looking at other people's methods, refining them and fine-tuning them to suit us. And maybe some of the things in here may help you be more intentional in the way that you plan your itinerary. So what do you get when you use these 7 steps? You get a chance to dream together and to dream big. And then you strip that back to decide what matters, not just for one of you, but for both of you. And to be able to, again, practice compromise and work together to come up with an itinerary that does matter to both of you. It also gives you an opportunity to plan and design an itinerary that fits your style, your interests, and a shared purpose. In this first section, there's space to brainstorm, prioritize, and come up with a plan, all while keeping you organized and working together. This is a tool I wish I'd had from the beginning, and one that I would like to think didn't have to come out of lessons learned. But then on the other side of it, I am thankful to God for the lessons that we have learned along the way, and the way that we've become more intentional about the way that we travel, the way that we do life every day. Many of the things that I've laid as a foundation here have become a part of our daily life. Then we move on to the second part of this book, and it's the 30-page travel journal, where there is room to record things like what surprised you, what you liked, what you didn't like, maybe a funny encounter or a frustrating encounter, and what you learnt about each other. These are the places where you can record the things that you did that day. So the first part of the travel journal, of our travel stories, the journal begins. You've got your daily planner that talks about your destination, the main events of the day, basically the budget you're aiming to keep, or what you did keep, depending on whether you do this at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, your accommodation and any notes that go along with the general planning of the day. And then you've got on the next page a place to just journal those events and those things that you want to remember as a couple, and things that you might want to highlight when you tell your stories later. This is never about perfect journaling. It's just about keeping your memories together and collated if that's what you like doing. And then, as I said, at the back of the book, there's 6 pages that are a packing reflection, and they look at the destination you went to, the season and the weather. So what you packed for that, how long your trip was, what we packed and used the most, what we didn't use. That can be a big one, because you'll learn that that one may not need to go next time. What we'd pack again with no hesitation, what we'd leave behind and not bother putting in our pack, what we forgot and wish we'd brought. That can often be something that we don't remember to record, and then we forget at the next trip and we're still going, oh, did it again. And so that's the one. And just a general lesson that you learned about the way that you packed and travelled. And we've been naturally doing that for years, especially as anyone who's been around here for a while knows. We've been trying to pack light and to lessen what we've been taking on the road. We started with massive bags. We're now down to smaller bags. These 6 pages have come out of the questions that we probably need to ask more developed, and we always do a reflection, but it's a more intentional way of us doing that reflection. It is our hope and prayer this journal will help couples grow together and develop a more meaningful marriage as they become empty nesters and rediscover the person that they fell in love with. There's lots of resources, other resources we've got on our website for communicating and just showing love to each other. And we hope that this becomes part of a toolkit that does encourage people to grow together. We believe, and we have seen over the years, that travel is a great tool and a great way for building a relationship and being intentional about it. Travel can bring out the best and worst in a person, and it can also bring out our best and worst in how we deal with each other. And if we're intentional about finding ways to make it a more positive encounter when we do face challenges, it equips us to be able to get past them a bit more. I believe this journal is a practical and beautiful way to help build that foundation, and I hope you do too. You can grab a copy through Sapphire Blue Travel's Amazon links. They're down below in the description. We would love to hear what you think about this if you do buy this journal. If you've got a trip coming up, or just dreaming about a place you would like to visit, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing how you guys are growing together through travel. Thanks for joining me as I've shared my heart today and shared this amazing resource that has been years in the making. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more of us traveling together and lessons that we learn, why not hit that subscribe button? We would love for you to become part of our community. As always, thanks for joining us. Travel brilliantly. Bye.